perhaps, but that I let the community decide that. But I put in my work.
But Bob, I ain't even going front. I got to ask that, and I'm going to go to 2-for-1 question. Clark Kent, man. I'm going to go Clark, then his sneaker king. That's I'm going to go to your sneakers. I love your sneaker game. But Clark Kent, yeah, please, Ron, stay out of sneakers.
You stay out of sneakers.
Stay out this shit right here. You don't understand. I grew up with Kirk.
Sneakers are like a one to him now.
Ask Bob Kirk. Ask Bob what he think about Kirk. But Kirk is known as the best dresser of all, and other people agree with that. All right, go ahead, Bob. Get some of my nerves.
Well, Bob let it go.
I don't understand what the
I'm sorry. My question is you.
Would
you have to say rest in peace, Clark Kent? I love Clark Kent. He was a friend of mine. He worked at Rockefeller. He was a head A&R at one point. He put me onto a lot of sneakers. I like sneakers before him, but do you have a quick story of DJ Clark Kent, or you didn't have a big history with Clark? That's what I'm asking.
I have a long history with Clark. I mean, a very long history with him. In fact, the first, relating it to DJing, the first big venue I ever did was Club Vinyl on Hudson Street, and on that bill was Clark Kent, Louis Vega, and Rock Raider. Wow. And me and Raider were in the side room together, and Clark Kent and Louis Vega were in the main room because it had like different areas. But Clark and I remember seeing him DJ at Mars. In my early years of going out to clubs, and we became dear friends even back in the 90s. Just me being appreciative of him as a club DJ, and also giving him records when I started working at Def Jam. But when it came to sneakers and stuff, like he was, rest in peace, he was a absolute king. And not only did he know what sneakers to buy, he knew how to wear them, and I think that's what kind of separates him from a lot of the other people in his realm, where by they would have enough money to get that exclusive whatever, but they didn't know how to dip it up the way
that's what's going on. I'm glad you said that, Bob, because a lot of people do have sneakers, but Bob, you wasn't in this app knowing how to wear them.
You know how to wear them, but you also know how to design them too, because he did some collaborations with Nike and with other brands, and he knew how to make his ideas to come out with a dope pair of sneakers will fly as well. So he's one of a kind. That I love Clark. I miss him.
Rest in peace. That was my boy right there.
I spoke to him 2 weeks before he passed, and very memorable friendship. Super ridiculously supportive of me. I was shitting in my pants the first time I DJed with him.
Oh yeah, Bob. Oh no. Ron has been there. Bob's been there. Going to Clark Kent party. You want to go there for 2? He plays crazy blends. And the parties is just not just regular people in there. You're rocking.
You're rocking. I DJ'd that time in '96, I think, at Club Vinyl, but we weren't in the same room. We shared the same turntables. We were at Sneaker Nest, which was an event in Europe together. We got booked. I think it was in Zurich or Switzerland or Belgium. I forget where. But yeah, I had to share the turntables with him, and we went 2 records for 2 records. And I was so nervous, but he showed me so much love. And he was like, yeah. Very few people call me Bobby. You got to know me for the 70s and 80s to call me Bobby. He would call me Bobby. Yo, Bobby, yo, you crush it. And he gave me so much encouragement. And coming from him, this is a dude who taught Scratch and Daddy Rich and all these legendary DJs how to, he had the Superman, and, he led the battle for world supremacy at the New Music Seminar. He was Dana Dane's DJ. I mean, he was tour DJ for Jay-Z. I mean, Clark had so many hats. He helped Biggie out early in his career. I mean,
now, but all right, now that's official. I just definitely really knew you was a DJ. But there's the key thing. I got better now. I'm the king. What makes you lose the culture of sneakers? That you don't really like the game no more. I'm laughing because I destroy Ron. I destroy Ron the sneakers. I don't buy a lot, Bob, but when I buy, I buy. All right, I fronted on you already.
Yeah, it's not true. I do the good picks. Doesn't have to be expensive all the time. We like the old school. But I wasn't that surprised to hear that you had a little less love for the sneaker game. But I wanted to know why you kind of have less love for the sneaker game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've done a lot for that culture. I was the first person to ever document sneaker culture in media history when I wrote the article for The Source in 1991 called Confessions of a Sneaker Addict. And then I wrote the first book on sneaker culture. Where'd You Get Those? New York City Sneaker Culture, 1960, 1987, which got released in 2003. I opened up the first modern sneaker boutique, Footwork, back in 1996, 4 years before A-Life. You know, I have a lot of marks. I hosted the first TV series in media history called It's the Shoes on ESPN. So I did a lot in sneakers, you know.
So you got time. Not in a bad way. You burnt
It's not
yourself
like
out, Bob.
tired of it. It's just like my perspective changed. You know, when I started traveling the world, going to you know, areas that didn't have a lot of resources, seeing kids, you know, play ball in bare feet.
You know, I got
involved
shit, spend all that money on sneakers, and these kids ain't got shit. Yeah,
I got involved in a lot of nonprofit work. You know,
I don't blame
donating sneakers and so you know and you know, listen, I get it. You know, if you have the means and you know, and you have the wherewithal to you know, to spend money on sneakers, cool, then go for it. But it's just again, it's kind of like the same thing with rap music. It just, for me, it just lost its edge, and I like being an edge. Even at age 59, I like being an edgy dude. I like doing things that feel counterculture, you know. And I felt like rap and sneaker collecting or sneaker, you know, being fresh with your sneakers just got so mainstream. It just kind of like doused the flame. But also, you got to understand, like, I don't live in New York right now. I'm not doing any in-person appearances, and I'm traveling, you know. So when I was on the block on 97th Street going to the bodega, if I had some bummy sneakers on, I knew that Gary, Kirk, Tone, George, Cotty, you know, Eric McCarty, everyone's going to snap on me. So to avoid that, you made sure you had some where I live now, like, nobody's going to snap on me if I walk down the block and I don't have the freshest out the box kicks on. So it's like your perspective, the importance of it, you know, it's just kind of changes. You know,
still got them, Bob, in storage? I know you don't. You got them.
He probably gave them away.
Listen, I let go all my sneakers. I got like four pairs, 5 pairs right now. I got 1 pair to run in. I got 1 pair to ball in, and I got like 3 sneakers just in case if I need to, you know, make an appearance that people gonna see my feet. But you know, yeah, I mean, that's, other than that, it has no importance to me.
Bob, I'm playing. I'm front. I'm running too. Bob, I'm 55. I'm not spending a lot of money. The most you're gonna get me is 150. It's a lot to do. My daughter's in college, and I appreciate just being here and being sick and be able to, like, you're my buddy. Ron's my friend. So I will say this. I thank you for doing this interview for me. I love you more than the world. I appreciate you. My friend Scott the Truth. You want to say hi, Scott? Come say hi to Scott.
Come on, Scott. Scott the Truth.
He's a pastor.
Okay, what else, Scott?
Yeah, Scott's our boy.
And we appreciate you. So I know you. I know you don't do this to everybody, but we thank you. We didn't really get the snap. I'm gonna catch you soon, Rob. I'm gonna heat your ass up. You lucky I couldn't get you today. I want you to eat because you're gonna die, Count Dracula. I don't want you pass out over here. Yo, Bob, seriously, I love you, and
I love you
see
too,
y'all
Gary.
soon, man. Holla.
Yo,
thank you, Bob, man. You're a legend. You a legend.
You're a legend,
brother.
and I love you, bro. We'll talk,
You're
all right? We're gonna talk about you teaching me how to do these books I'm trying to get into. But I got about a year or 2 to go. I gotta get the pockets down packed.
All right. Later.
Peace, Bob.
Peace.
That was dope.